We're into the semifinals round here at the inaugural APP Women's Open presented by the James, and Megan Fudge from the commentary booth to the championship court. Playing here in our first semifinals matchup, partnered with Angela Simon for this split age women's doubles day. There's Angela. On the other side of the net, it's going to be Anna Shirley and Jill Braverman. Simon, 52 years old, out of Atlanta, Georgia. And taking them on is Anna Shirley and Jill Braverman. Shirley, pictured there, with the sweet glasses there. 59 years old, out of Los Angeles, California. She was hyping up the crowd earlier today, trying to get the wave going.
That woman has more energy than anyone in this building. Bottle it and sell it. And it's always 100% of the time Anna Shirley.
So she'll match up with her partner well in that sense, because Braverman, 34 years old, out of Newport Beach, California, calls a few places around Southern California home, but she's also one who knows how to bring the energy, says it's a massive part of her game of pickleball and how she tries to establish herself on the court. So in this first semifinals matchup, Chad, what are you looking forward to being the determining factor in who moves on to the finals?
Well, you want to talk about players that know each other well. You've got Fudge and Braverman, who partnered together in the Open Pro. And then you have Anna Shirley and Angela Simon, who have played against each other a lot, played together on the Senior Pro Tours. But I think it's going to come down to Braverman and Fudge in reality. Braverman, we saw her earlier in the quarterfinals playing extremely aggressive, coming over, really trying to insert herself into the point, and Anna Shirley trying to set her up. If they being Fudge and Simon, can really isolate Braverman, you're going to have to look for balls back behind Braverman to then be able to attack Shirley. I think that's going to have to be the secret or the success for Fudge and Simon in this one. We're going to see a lot of back and forth,
and we're into it now.
Yeah,
we're into it now. Like, as much fun as we've been having earlier, we're into the two semifinals now. Now you're going to see a lot of game faces here. You're going to see some smiles, but you're going to see a lot of game faces here now to try and punch their ticket to the gold medal match.
Time in 0-0-2.
It's going to be Anna Shirley getting us started with the serve. Great spot there, two-handed backhand off the paddle of Fudge down the middle, gets the ball back on their side. Or on their side, I should say, for the first time in this match.
Yeah, quick side out here for Fudge and Simon. Here she goes already.
Anna Shirley was standing there waiting to receive the serve, but the ball was behind her, and she's like joking around, saying she thought we had ball girls out here. Yeah,
good
that's what you'll see
step over there
Braverman.
from Braverman.
0-0-2.
0-0-2. Fudge with the serve.
That's nice little pull the trigger on a two-handed backhand from Jill Braverman. She finds the right spot just above the left hip of Angela Simon. Oh, just swinging.
Kind of surprised that Braverman didn't jump over on that previous ball. Kind of floated a little bit. Shirley was kind of stuck in transition.
0-0-2.
So a tense start to this first game. Still looking for our first point of this match. Great get by Fudge. And Fudge steps over to try and finish it instead off the edge guard and out of bounds.
The tweener reset in the middle of the point from Braverman. And when she got that back up and over and they stayed in the point, you almost saw her going, I'm not going to lose this point.
Yeah.
I reset that. I want to win this point right here.
Because it's only a highlight if you win the point.
Correct.
Right? Like, it's a great shot, but if you end up losing it, it's kind of it's one of those highlight reel plays that you can't really put on there.
And that's the ball there from Simon. Going down the line to Braverman, keeping her honest right there. Braverman tries to do a little bit of an Ernie, but leaves the middle open. We've seen it a couple of times where Simon has gone down the line. That has to be something that is consistent to keep Braverman honest.
Braverman just pushing that two-handed backhand out of bounds. Bit wide.
Well, that's the epitome of she was upset with the Ernie, and she talked about it in between the whole point to herself, and then you're carrying that over into the next point.
Speed up into the net off the paddle of Fudge.
Great hands from Anna Shirley on the backhand speed up from Megan Fudge.
1-1-2. Side out.
That one just a little bit short off the paddle of Simon. So it's a side out. And a chance for Braverman and Shirley to get the lead.
Oh, and that ball is going well out. But Anna Shirley cannot stop herself from hitting that.
1-1-2.
Braverman gets big for the overhead winner right at the feet of Angela Simon.
Yes, I do think that return was long.
We're sitting right on that line.
Point. 2-1-2.
And just misses the corner. Oh, that must have just missed by
1-2-1.
a fingernail width.
Second serve.
Best part about that right there is Braverman steps over to take the forehand, and she doesn't stay. She steps over, takes the forehand, and then gets back to her position because they end up trying to go back behind her, but she recovers nicely.
Great spot there from Fudge, and Braverman just lapping.
Well, Shirley turns around and just throws the hands up there. Right idea, just does not get this ball high enough, and she has. Well, we won't even go into the lip reading right there, but you know, Shirley has a lot more room to play with than what she tried to give herself there. If she goes deep corner of the court, she can actually get a lot of height on it, and she has a lot of distance to drop that in.
Side out.
Nice active middle right there for Jill Braverman as she struts back to the baseline. But again, great counter there from Shirley, and then Braverman steps in nicely and finishes that in the middle.
2-2-1.
2-2-1. Shirley with the serve.
Point.
Good spot there from Braverman. As Simon's trying to come up, you see her feet get a little stuck.
3-2-1.
Needed to take a step back, give herself some room, some separation away from that ball.
That time, Fudge finding a perfect spot behind Braverman.
The after point expressions after Anna Shirley makes a mistake are incredible.
Well, the thing is, she is like the most caring, upbeat, lift you up kind of partner, and then she beats herself into the ground.
Right.
She will like carry you the whole way and be super positive, but if it's her mistake.
That was a good firefight right there. I like it. I like the setup they got there. I think Braverman just leaned back too much on the counter.
So it'll be Megan Fudge and Angela Simon with the ball back on their side. Chance to tie things up here in our first semifinal of the APP Women's Open presented by the James. One of these teams will punch their ticket into the gold medal match.
Oh, nice roll there from Jill Braverman. Watch her reach in here, use her length to her advantage, and she just rolls that out of the air beautifully.
But she doesn't try to hit it too hard, doesn't try to do too much with it, is the key on that roll.
Well defended Ernie from Fudge, and that time
Someone
in the stands
excited in the stands.
Someone in the stands liked Braverman's Ernie right there, even though it didn't get a put away.
And I liked the almost like singular fist raise from Braverman and Shirley to celebrate that point.
3, 2, 1.
This game's just creeping along here.
Well, you called it, Dom. You said, you know, we had the last quarterfinal was 11-1, 11-4. Previous to that, it did take us 3 games for Bar and Quarter to punch their ticket into the next round. But here in the semifinals, everybody is bringing their A game, including Jill Braverman.
Again, Anna Shirley just happy to be here right now. She's just celebrating this firefight win. She started it.
Yeah, I also think this is when Braverman plays her best as well. Though she's moving a lot, she's staying loose. She's not tied down to a spot, and Anna Shirley's giving her the room to play that way.
Ooh, a little change of pace there from Braverman in the middle of the point. Works out. It's a 5-2 lead.
She had a noodle arm on that one. Went to go and hit one way. Figured she couldn't. That was the double clutch. We're gonna hit it. No, I'm not. No, hit.
And Jill Braverman always says she plays her best when she's playing like this. We see the emotions from her. We see her playing loose, playing free, having a great dynamic with her partner. This is when Braverman really starts to be dangerous for her opponents.
Oh, and wow, Anna Shirley just sitting on this little speed up from Megan Fudge, but it's a low speed up. So all Anna Shirley has to do is get on top of that right there, and she does perfectly.
But it's also the positioning there for Shirley as well. She's actually a step back away from the kitchen line because she's giving Braverman room. So Fudge not quite recognizing that Shirley's that far back.
That time Braverman trying to run through with the two-handed backhand, gets it into the net instead.
I mean, it's there. It's going to be trouble if she can get that over the net.
2-6-1.
Instead, it's a side out, 2-6-1 for Simon serve.
Second serve.
Yeah, Simon trying to cut that backhand just a little too fine. Comes off the paddle flat, doesn't get clearance over the net cord.
That time Shirley leaving the ball just a little bit short, and like we've noticed so far in this first game, she is her own harshest critic.
Well, but like
that was a sitter right there.
But like Chad said, is she's the best partner to have because she will pick you up, no doubt. But she is no harder. She's harder on nobody else other than herself.
Side out.
Because again, that's that competitiveness.
Yeah.
That's what Anna Shirley brings, though. Is that I want that on my side, right?
Sure.
Like I want that because she knows she can make that shot. She knows she's there.
Great finish there. Angela Simon extended with the forehand. Gets it down the court. Pushes Braverman and Shirley onto their second serve.
6-3-2. Point.
Good adjustment there for Shirley off of the net cord. Doesn't get cheated on the swing. Gets that ball back on Simon quickly.
So it's a 7-3 lead here.
7-3-2.
Braverman and Shirley. Second serve.
A good job right there by Simon of getting that ball down. First counter doesn't get down, it's attacked, and then she finally gets that ball down to the right foot of Anna Shirley.
Well, Simon again trying to cut that a little too short.
So it's going to be Angela Simon with the serve. Braverman getting back to defend it. Great finish there off the paddle of Shirley. The two-handed backhand just hits off the edge guard of Fudge. Another look here.
It's that 50% speed up from Braverman that set it up. She created some shape on it. Simon has to hit up and gives the put away.
7-3-2.
Well defended around the post by Megan Fudge, and Shirley can't get it back over the net.
Well, the key to that right there from Fudge is she recognizes it early. You'll see her slide out, creates the angle with the paddle, and then just allows Braverman to hit it in there. Doesn't try to flick the wrist to get it back. Stays nice and calm.
Second serve.
Braverman ensuring.
Was that out?
I think it might have been.
I think it was out.
Just barely. Too close to call in some cases, but here, called out. So it's Fudge and Simon trailing by 4 here in this first game of our women's doubles split age semifinal number 1. Great spot there by Shirley, and looking over to Braverman with a head nod, as if that's exactly what they talked about executing, and a timeout called on the court.
Yeah, we get an offensive timeout here from Braverman and Shirley as they come over. So we love the offensive timeout here. So take a breath.
A reminder to check out pickleballsuperstore.com via the QR code on your screen to get your instant discount. That is pickleballsuperstore.com. It's a 7-3 lead here in game number 1. Braverman and Shirley up in what has been a very tight first game of these semifinals. Dom, what do you think out of this offensive timeout that they called you want to see Braverman and Shirley tap into?
Well, right now, Braverman and Shirley, again, the offensive timeout, they went on a little bit of a run, took this lead of 4, but now they've been kind of stagnant in a couple service games, haven't really extended that lead. So I like the offensive timeout, regroup here. Now they're going to try and get that ball down, and then let Braverman do her thing right now. She's taken over 75% of the court. She's being active in the middle. I like that. Let her continue to do that, but again, do that when they get to the kitchen line. So that's the key for them right here out of this timeout. Get them to the kitchen line and then work from there. They really isolated Simon well, so continue to do that. Keep Fudge out of it.
Last 4 or 5 points. Simon's been playing on the left. She's much more comfortable on the left. It's where she typically plays in women's doubles, partnering with Lee Whitwell on the Senior Pro Tour. But the difference is, and we've seen Simon trying to cut that backhand a little too fine.
Sorry, my mic.
When you're dinking cross court with
Servers,
a
one
younger
timeout
pro,
remaining.
you're a little bit more
Receivers,
hesitant to leave a
timeouts.
ball up because they're going to do a little bit more damage.
Time in.
So Simon just needs to
7-3-1.
stay calm in that cross court dink. Don't be afraid to give a little height above the net to Braverman. Keep her honest. Unfortunately, that's not the spot though for Simon, because again, Shirley is mid-court. She's transition, and
great.
she's got time to counter that.
And she's got great footwork right there, too. She
8-3-1.
slides to the forehand to be able to counter that. Oh,
Great
Oh,
placement
yeah.
there by Angela Simon. Braverman lets it go, and it falls just inside corner pocket.
well, Simon was sick of Braverman coming over and poaching everything, so she decides just to go back behind her and finds the corner.
8-3-2.
Oh, that's a
hot.
nice leave right there from Simon. She was wound up, ready to hit this, and realized where she was on the court.
Only
3-1.
just wide. Oh, a little bit further wide than what it initially looked.
It's a point here for
4-8-1.
Fudge and Simon. You heard Anna Shirley pumping herself up there before the serve.
She said, "Come on, Anna." Talking to herself a little bit.
Listen, anytime you start coaching yourself in the third person, you know that you're very serious about what you're saying, right? For me, it's when I go with the full, like, what AJ stands for. If I go first name, middle name with myself,
Yeah, I do the same.
Things are
thing.
super serious.
I can't repeat where I go when
Super
I start getting serious. It's not something that can be aired.
we don't have a beep button.
No, there wouldn't be any words in it. It'd just all be beeps.
That time, Simon pulling Braverman back and forth for finally finding a good spot.
Yeah, and again, she went behind Braverman a couple of times, kept
You have
her
5.
honest, then kind of floated something in the middle there, tantalized
5-8-2.
Braverman to try to come over, but she got outstretched. Oh,
I don't know who hit it.
Braverman hit it, but I thought Shirley was going to get a paddle to the back of the head.
Side out.
Off the net. It is into the chest of Megan Fudge and side out here for Braverman and Shirley.
That was a dangerous lob right there, as Braverman did not give up on it, and I think Shirley should have ducked out of the way just because of the angle of the ball on that overhead too.
8-5-1.
Great
Look
stop
out.
there from Simon, and she's a little fired up. We've seen a lot of emotion on this court so far in the semifinal, but that's one of the first times that we've seen Simon quite that fired up right in the direction of Jill Braverman, and understandably so. Simon is having a moment right now.
Again, another good reset here from Angela Simon.
5-8-1.
Braverman stuck in the middle of the court, can't recover.
And again, Simon coming through.
Second serve.
Yeah,
Oh,
she did get called for the foot fault.
Yep.
Left toe, right toe, maybe both toes.
5-8-2.
unfortunate, because a well-placed ball just loses her balance on that kitchen line. Saw Fudge try to hold her back. It's the driver's side instinct. Oh, what a firefight.
Have a day.
Simon has had her moment here midway through game one.
Well, and this is a situation where Braverman's going to come over. I'd like to almost take something off of it, find the toes of Simon, because right now Simon's just blocking
6-8-2.
everything back, and Braverman's getting stuck in a difficult position.
Pushing that one just a little bit wide, but trying to go behind Jill Braverman back-to-back times.
Well, it's like you said, Chad. Braverman found the toes, right? She found the ground, right? She's got to make that ball bounce to Angela Simon right now. She did that at that point. She was very successful.
8-6-2. Side out.
Midway through game number 1 here of the semifinals, and Angela Simon with the serve, trying to get closer to tying things up.
Second serve.
That's a great get in the middle there from Angela Simon, just to keep that ball in play. But
well, the difficulty was is that Fudge had moved to the middle there to try to try to take that ball as well, and she got out of place. Ooh.
Side out.
Quick side outs, both teams.
now that Fudge and Simon went on that run, it's up to Braverman and Shirley to answer here, see if they can pull away and get this first game.
Up by 2, sitting 3 points away from that critical 11 are Braverman and Shirley, and still Braverman in the middle to finish it.
The drop.
Yeah, but the adjustment. So last service game, or last service side, Shirley missed that ball halfway up the net on the drop. She turned around, smacked herself on the butt, and we see a perfect drop on the next opportunity.
Second serve.
See, here's my thing right now with Anna Shirley. If she's going to continue to do this with Angela Simon cross court, when they get into that, she's got to change up the spot. She's got to go to the left foot of Angela Simon instead of continuing to pull her wide, because then she gets eaten up going wide back.
Simon pushing that one wide and sets up a game point opportunity here. Braverman and Shirley have fought for this first game at every point, and now they can finish it. Instead, Simon with a well-paced ball to get the side out.
6-10-1.
Great step in there from Fudge, and Braverman hits it out.
So that was the spot. She just floated it. So she allowed Megan Fudge to step in and take that out of the air. But she did try and get to that middle spot, or that left foot of Angela Simon, did Anna Shirley.
Wow, nice get. Nice coverage there from Simon. It almost looked like she was going to be beat. Gets out wide. Nice reset dink.
You have 8.
So 2 points already gotten back from Simon and Fudge on this service side. Sit 2 points away from tying us up. Braverman stepping in with authority right at the feet of Fudge.
And Shirley just in her ear going, great shot, you are so good. Like,
second serve here from Fudge. Little speed up there from Fudge, and well placed.
Well, it started with the offensive lob there from Simon. Braverman having to cover a whole lot of court there.
9-10-2.
huge point right here.
I was going to say, with a chance to tie things up, and not just tie things up, but get us into that win by 2 situation.
Braverman tried to sell it. She tried to.
But that ball just called out, and so here we are. 10-all in game
Pull on the court stands.
number 1.
Well, we do have replay challenge, I'm pretty sure. surprised. Yeah, well, I mean, we've got the cameras out there. We have the video referee over there.
10-10-2.
We haven't seen the challenge yet.
Nope.
Maybe they forgot. Ooh. Oh, now we're going to get a challenge.
Now we get a challenge.
Megan Fudge did not forget that you can challenge. So it's going to be a challenge on the court.
Referee timeout. It's been a challenge on the out call.
Here's another
out call
look at
puts
the
the
call that
score
is being challenged.
10-10-2.
Megan Fudge, two-handed backhand cross court.
We'll now proceed for video review.
And our video officials are going to take a look at this one here, a critical moment here in this first game of our first semifinal match at the APP Women's Open presented by the James. Megan Fudge and Angela Simon trailed 8-3 at one point in this first game and have gotten all the way back to tie us up here. Can they take the lead with this call? This is what's being reviewed.
Oh, looks out. I think the call on the court was correct. It was close.
It was very close.
I see gray.
Yeah. That's 100% close enough to challenge. Again, we talk about these challenges, and if you feel it's that close, use your challenge. You almost use it as a timeout, too.
Well, that's why I'm surprised
slow your
Braverman
opponent
didn't
down.
challenge the previous one.
I literally do think they forgot that they have them right now.
I was going to say, I thought I heard someone saying, oh, I forgot.
Anna Shirley,
Yeah.
she came over to the bench and goes,
Well,
we have
typically,
challenges. The seniors don't have that.
They don't have them.
Right.
So we are still waiting the official word here, but Dom, you said, hey, we're in the semifinals now. This is going to get very tense, very serious in terms of the closeness of the scores between the two teams, and it
After video
absolutely
review,
has.
the ball was out.
Ball
Puts
confirmed
the score
out
at
by our video
10-10
officials. What do you
side out,
think
10-10-1,
this game will be decided by
and
now?
you have lost a challenge.
Well, execution
Yep.
right now. And
Two
for a
challenges
couple
remaining.
points where Fudge and Simon came back in, Braverman got a little tentative. She stayed on her side. Then all of a sudden she needed to step up, and she
Time
has
in.
the last couple points. I'm going to look for her to be
10-10-1.
very aggressive here the next couple points to try and put this one away.
Second serve.
She gets so frustrated with herself. I was going to go even simpler. I'm going to call it as this game ends on a missed return.
10-10-2.
I'm not saying which side. I'm just saying it's going to
Right.
end a missed return.
Oh, nice spot there from Angela Simon cross court. Pulled Anna Shirley really wide there.
10-10.
Well, that's a situation where Shirley's better off going middle than trying to go that wide.
Point.
Good get there from Fudge, and it's now Megan Fudge and Angela Simon with a chance to finish game one.
11-10-1.
Simon with the serve.
Oh, and Angela Simon kind of gets
Tried to
free
sell it.
right there. Trying to sneak that through. A little inside-out forehand, but Braverman all over that. She's seen that
You
on
have
tour
11.
from Allison Harris a time or two.
Second serve
11,
here.
10-2.
Second game point opportunity for Fudge and Simon. Great placement there by
Game
Megan Fudge to finish this
12-10.
first game tightly
Simon and Fudge.
contested. It's like there's a spot in the gold medal match on the line, huh? Here's how they got it done.
Yeah, again, great setup here. Angela Simon not getting too out of sorts. She stayed in that cross-court dink. And then Jill Braverman getting a little too big here in the middle, and Megan Fudge finding the hole.
Game 2 of our first semifinal when we come back to Columbus, Ohio.
When you choose the James at Ohio State, you're choosing access to the James, dedicated support services, and an unmatched survivorship program.
For your cancer care, the choice is clear. The James at Ohio State.
Since I've been using Leo Rubber, I've had way less problem on my AT band and hips. If I had to describe it in a few words, I would say it's a must, it's effective, and it's stylish.
At Typical Insurance, you're just another senior.
That is the third health insurance commercial with seniors at a farmer's market.
Right? Don't get me wrong, I love a fresh heirloom, but it's like those companies think we're all the same.
That's why I chose Humana. Before I signed up, I spoke to someone who actually listened to what I needed. She told me about benefits that were right for me, like vision and dental, all in my budget. I finally feel in control. What are you doing?
Taking control.
Humana, a more human way to healthcare. Introducing Skechers Pickleball, the official footwear of the APP Tour. They're ultra lightweight and responsive for incredible speed. They have Goodyear rubber outsoles with a specialized pickleball design for increased side-to-side stability and agility. Plus, they feature shock-absorbing foam and Skechers' famous relaxed fit design for incredible comfort game after game. Conquer the court in comfort. Skechers Pickleball, the official footwear of the APP Tour.
15 seconds.
Welcome back to the APP Women's Open presented by the James. Game 1 goes the way of Angela Simon and Megan Fudge. And what's wild is these two weren't planning on playing together this weekend. We'll explain why at the end of this point, because you wouldn't know it by the way they took game 1, Chad.
Yeah, Angela Simon originally supposed to be playing with Simone judging, but she injured herself, popped her hip out of place during singles yesterday, so she decided to withdraw out of the tournament rather than cause herself more injury. Megan Fudge originally wasn't going to be playing pro split age, but stepped in and filled that position, and yeah, they find themselves in the semifinals and up game
1-0-2.
And again, it's the same thing as Braverman steps over. She's trying to find a speed up to go at Megan Fudge, but Megan Fudge is so good. Her hands are so good. She knows all she has to do is set the angle here because Braverman's out of position, and she hits back behind her.
Game number 1 is that Braverman was moving all around the court, but she always did a good job of resetting and getting back to her original position.
Right now, she's not doing that as well because the speed up, she's a little off balance.
Yeah, she's having to come over further, and she's getting more outstretched, so that ability to go forehand, backhand is lost because she's trying to do too much, or so much.
That's the setup right there. Anna Shirley's got to get out of that cross court hard. Either she's got to go to the inside foot of Angela Simon, or she's got to go a reset dink to Megan Fudge's backhand and just involve her. Just change the pattern up a little bit, and she does there, and they come out on top.
Second serve.
Great spot there by Simon. Pushes
1-0.
Braverman and Shirley onto their second serve. Fudge right into the body of Shirley and can't get her paddle up to get it back over the net.
Yeah, it's a good spot there from Fudge. Shirley trying to take a step back to give herself some room, but Fudge ends up catching her standing straight up.
Oh, geez, again. That's going right through the body of Anna Shirley. Both those balls probably going out, but
it almost looked like Shirley had a little trouble picking some of these balls up right there.
Point.
Different background now with Shirley and Braverman facing
Point.
VIP.
You can see the big LED
2-1-1.
board behind Shirley and Braverman. That's where Fudge and Simon are now serving into. Whereas what Braverman and Shirley are facing, sort of the open VIP area with not the same sort of definition, the same line of where the court ends.
That's a nice step in right there from Jill Braverman, reading that high ball off the paddle of Angela Simon in the middle.
You have 1. 2-1-2. Side out.
That ball in, cross court off the forehand of Shirley. Here's another look.
Yeah, nice angle here from Shirley. Just catches inside the line. Takes that ball early to be able to create the angle. Oh.
So we get a challenge from Braverman on the serve.
Early.
Referee timeout.
Early
challenge on the court of the out ball. The out ball puts it at 2-2-1. We'll now
a challenge
proceed to
called
video
here
review.
on the court, and to review the rules here on the APP Tour, because in 2024 this challenge is new, and like you mentioned, the senior pros do not have it on in their divisions at these tournaments, but you get.
That's not the right review.
No, that ball looks to be in.
Yeah, but that's not the right review. That ball is in.
Right.
That was the previous ball of Shirley hitting.
Sure.
That was the miss serve.
Yep.
So getting some clarity here as we have our video officials pulling up the replay. Great crowd we have here in Columbus. Megan noted it earlier too. It is a home game for the Buckeyes taking on Iowa. And
game time's 3:30 for them today.
I was going to say, we are now well within the time that if you are attending that game, you are at that game. And the crowd here at the Pickle and Chill in Columbus, Ohio is bringing that energy here to pickleball instead. So fun to be here and be partnering with the James for a really important and historic moment in the sport of pickleball. Celebrating all that the James is doing as a comprehensive cancer center to support cancer victims and their families and walk with them through that journey as they fight for care and also fight for groundbreaking research, which is the other part of another aspect of what the James is doing that is so incredibly special. Celebrating the women here on the APP Tour and around professional pickleball. Right now, it's game number 2 of our first semifinals. Megan Fudge and Angela Simon took a tightly contested game number 1, have a slight edge here in game 2 over Jill Braverman and Anna Shirley. Getting a video review right now on the serve that Braverman believes was out. So it looks like we're getting our official call right now. But, Chad, for you, what do you want to see Braverman and Shirley lean back into in this second game that got them a 5-point lead at one point in game number 1?
After video review was inconclusive, the call on the court will stand. We'll resume play at 1-2-2.
Yeah, so I think the camera view was blocked
by a player.
Right there. Angela
No, ma'am,
Simon.
it was this call over here.
Okay, so
yeah, just trying to hear what's going on the court right now.
Okay, so while Dom listens in on that, Chad, what do you want to see Braverman?
Braverman, I want to see Braverman stay active, but what I want her to change is rather than trying, when she comes over and is aggressive with that, rather than trying to hit through Fudge, take that ball out of the air, maybe roll something behind her then stay and be able to hit that next ball. Right now, she's hitting into Fudge, and Fudge is anticipating that attack and just countering it behind.
So it is 1-2-2 after the video review. Braverman and Shirley with a chance to tie things up here. But instead, it's Simon with a well-placed ball.
Yeah, nice little two-handed backhand there from Angela Simon. She gets this off her shoe tops and goes behind Braverman. Braverman was anticipating a speed up to the middle here.
2-1-1.
And Simon goes corner pocket for the winner.
Even right there. I mean, yes, it's a little bit of a mishit from Braverman, and she catches the net cord, but you'll see Fudge, as soon as you see her move over, she's anticipating it's going to be coming hard. That ball gets to the feet, tough to pick up.
Point.
Shirley can't get that volley down on the fourth. But again, they're trying to uncoil our Braverman and Shirley gets caught in the transition area on the uncoil.
Braverman getting big in the middle to finish that point at the feet of Fudge.
Well, and Braverman was much more balanced there in her movement, in her stroke.
1-3-1.
Braverman with the serve, trailing by 2 here in game number 2.
Second serve.
Good spot right there from Megan Fudge, going right at the body of Braverman, not allowing her to extend her arms. Jams her up just enough.
1-3-2.
Great finish there from Shirley. Now it's a chance here for Braverman and Shirley to tie things up.
No. Incorrect server.
Getting some clarity on the serve. It is Anna Shirley with the ball.
2-3-2.
And an opportunity to tie things up. Instead, it's a side out. So Fudge and Simon.
Side out.
Okay.
I think we got it all sorted out now.
Yep.
3-2-1.
Braverman.
She had a little time lapse right there. Memory lapse, I should say.
Second serve. 3-2-2.
Simon with the serve, up 3-2-2.
Oh, overswung just a little too much.
Paddle, the forehand, she knew exactly where she wanted to go, but just into the net.
But that was a better sequence there from Shirley as well. She went behind Fudge, which now allowed her to not have to go as wide to Simon, because previously she'd gone wide to Simon and had left that line open behind Braverman.
But she pulled that paddle back on that overhead, and it was almost like a rubber band was pulling it back on.
Yeah.
And then uncoils it.
2-4-1.
2-4-1, the score for Shirley's serve.
Second serve.
Good spot right there from Angela Simon. Taking her time, creating some shape on that ball in the middle. Getting that ball down near the shins of both Shirley and Braverman.
2-4-2.
Great spot there from Megan Fudge. Braverman immediately putting her hand to the chest, saying that was my ball. I should have got
100%, because she had been taking every single ball in that spot, and that's the difficulty with you're moving a lot. Your partner gets used to that movement, and then you decide not to move. Now you're in trouble.
Second serve. 4-2-2.
Fudge with the 4-2-2 serve. Oh, change of pace from Braverman. Fudge is there. And Simon says, see what I can do.
Nope, not today. I see your speed up, and I raise my counter on a two-hand backhand.
Another look at the great get from Fudge. And then Angela Simon right between the legs of Braverman.
No, Megan, you're serving.
It's a 5-2 lead here in game number 2 for Fudge and Simon. So game 1, 12-10. They can punch their ticket to the gold medal match in this game, but Braverman, well-placed ball.
Yeah, good angle right there from Braverman as she calls off Anna Shirley to take this forehand and create that big angle.
Angela Simon,
Double
again,
angle.
beautiful ball. Two-handed backhand cross court.
But again, it's the movement that you were talking about earlier, Dom, that Braverman was doing. Simon steps over, takes a forehand, goes cross body, and automatically moves to the line to go that two-hand backhand.
Side out.
That time Megan Fudge going down the middle. Gets the ball to drop just inside the baseline. Back on their side with a 3-point lead. 5-2-1 for Fudge.
Double bounce on top of the net cord there.
Unlucky as Megan Fudge goes up and thanks the net cord.
I saw Anna Shirley duck for her life in the middle of that point.
Avoid getting a toe stepped on. She was dancing over there on the kitchen line.
Great spot there from Shirley.
Oh, we may get a challenge here.
Oh.
No. Call on the court stands. They called the ball out.
Jill's going to challenge.
You're going to challenge that? Okay.
I do believe
Referee timeout.
Well, but it's like we talked about, the senior pros aren't used to the challenge, so they're used to trying to argue and plead their case.
We'll proceed to video review.
So after 0 video reviews in the first game, correct? We've now gotten
everybody
first 2.
Everybody forgot about it.
Right.
I'm not telling you, everybody forgot about it.
But even in this first game, it was a very tightly contested game number 1, and I believe all 3 of the video reviews have come in this second game.
That is tight.
Looks just out.
I'm not making that call. I'm not a referee.
There.
Ooh, right there.
I'm seeing a little bit of space.
I am with Chad. That's too close for me to call. I will instead talk about this 5-point lead that Fudge and Simon have built up and how impressively they've started this second game. What do Braverman and Shirley need to do, Dom, to get back into this match?
Well, right now it's find the feet, right? Got to get that ball down. Right now when Braverman's coming over, she's not finding feet, she's finding space. And a lot of airspace right there allows Megan Fudge to find space behind Braverman. Early on, we talked about it, how Braverman was coming over, and then she was recovering to her side. But now she's just not getting back. She's a little off balance. She's allowing Fudge and Simon to get that ball out of the air and find some space behind her. Looks like we have the call.
After video review, the call on the court stands. The ball was out. We will resume play at 7-1 with Megan Fudge serving. You have lost a challenge. You have 2 challenges remaining.
So, to reset here in game number 2. It's a 7-2 lead for Fudge and Simon on their first serve. What a spot. Fudge and Simon are in sync right now.
Well, it's a perfect cross-court dink there from Angela Simon, and Anna Shirley gets caught just not moving her feet. Takes that ball on the half volley, pops up. Easy put away there for Megan Fudge.
8-2-1.
Simon trying to get over to help Fudge.
Hey, she's feeling it right now. Why not?
Zoned in.
Why not?
Simon has really showed us.
Oh, too good.
Simon is just finding her spots, picking her pace.
9-2-2.
And is getting her and her partner ever closer to the spot in the semifinals.
Oh. Yeah.
It hit her.
Braverman.
Correction point.
Good sportsmanship there. That ball, even though Anna Shirley hit it, it came off Jill Braverman.
10-2-2.
So it's a match point opportunity here for Angela Simon and Megan Fudge. Angela Simon and Megan Fudge trailed in game number 1 by 5 points, but then came out with authority in game 2. 11-2. They take game 2 and punch their spot in the semifinals. We'll hear from them when we come back.
16 years from today, Greg Gerstner will finally land.
Introducing Skechers Pickleball, the official footwear of the APP Tour. They're ultra lightweight and responsive for incredible speed. They have Goodyear rubber outsoles with a specialized pickleball design for increased side-to-side stability and agility. Plus, they feature shock-absorbing foam and Skechers' famous relaxed fit design for incredible comfort game after game. Conquer the court in comfort. Skechers Pickleball, the official footwear of the APP Tour.
I'm Vivian Chan here with Plastic Pickles, and we're putting the pickle into pickleball. In pickleball, a slice is a chopped shot used to create backspin on the ball. I'm going to show you how to make a fried chicken sandwich topped with Plastic Sandwich dill pickle chips that will put your taste buds into a spin. Now this is a really big dill.
It's hard to find supplements that work. No, thank you. You need supplements that are backed by science with natural and plant-based ingredients and that are third-party tested. Because cleaner is better. Like Oro Organic. Plant-based supplements made from the Earth's most powerful plants for your immune health, gut health, workouts, and more. Find out more at oraorganic.com.
Take a look back at match point for Angela Simon and Megan Fudge. A tight one in game 1, but in game 2, Fudge and Simon, particularly Angela Simon, taking fire. They're moving on to the finals. We're going to throw it down to Dominic Catalano, who's courtside for our post-match interview.
All right, Megan, I'll first start with you. One of the longest games we've had today in game number 1. You guys were stuck on 2-2, 3-2 What made you guys kind of pull ahead, but then it was a barn burner all the way down to the end?
Yeah, I mean, definitely credit to our opponents. I felt like Jill moved really well. She was playing fantastic. Anna was rock solid on that right side, and we were trying to find holes in between their games, but just struggling to get in between the two of them. So credit to them, definitely. You know, they had game points in game one, and lucky to sneak that one out, and then kind of start rolling in the second.
Go back to that first game, though, Angela. At like 7-7, you like flipped a switch, and you had like 5-6 points where you were like zoned in. What was the difference maker there, and how easy was it kind of playing next to Megan?
Well, Megan said try to get the ball over. That's always helpful, right? I mean, she's like, okay, you've had enough mistakes. It's time to pick it up. No, she did not say that. I'm just kidding. I think more than anything is that, you know, I get frustrated if I'm not, you know, hitting the balls that I'm used to hitting. So I think at that point I was just like, let's get it over and let Megan do what she does best.
All right, well, congratulations, ladies. But one more thing. What does it mean for you guys here to be here playing at the inaugural APP Women's Open?
Yeah, I mean, it's truly special to have a women's event, women celebrating women, empowering each other. I feel so fortunate to have my daughter here playing as well. You know, as a 9-year-old, she gets to experience this with me, and I feel like I brought my daughter to work today. So it was super fun to have her out here, and just love all the women out here celebrating, and let's keep it rolling.
I agree. We're very fortunate to have an event like this for the women and supporting each other. So.
All right, well, congratulations, ladies. Moving on to the gold medal match. We'll take a quick break of our second semifinal here on Championship Court at the APP Women's Open.